Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the grand finals of the Comp.tf sponsored Newbie Sixes Cup, spanning both North and South America. I am Kip here with Shredder. Shredder, how are you doing?
I am doing great. I'm very excited for this grand final action. Best of three match starting off with Badlands between our two teams. I am very adopted and Heavenly Touch. Heavenly Touch, of course, being from Brazil, representing their entire continent, whereas I am very adopted, the last remaining North American newbie team in this final. So it'll be a great match. Both teams have not had too much trouble with the rest of their games, so this will be an incredible match between the two of them. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are, and I hope all of our viewers are too. Tell your friends. It's going to be a great match. Do we have 6? Yeah, we have 12 on the server, so I think we should be ready to go pretty soon.
All right, well, let's meet the teams then before we get too far into this. Starting off in blue is I Am Very Adopted. We have Under as Medic, Arxon is Demoman Midnight, and Spec Deck are going to be Soldiers. Pockets and Knight are going to be Scouts, and definitely keep an eye on both those soldiers who are very, very dominant and looked really, really nice in their previous match on Gullywash. But go ahead and tell us about this Brazilian team.
Alright, so the Brazilian team Heavenly Touch, tagged up as Feel, has Knock on Medic, Hellknot, and Bruno, that is Bruno upside down on Scout, Onorato and Dream XX on Soldier, and then Kiyoshi on Demo. So this will be a very interesting match. When we saw them before, they completely rolled their other rounds, so we didn't really get a chance to see how their team dynamic worked too much. It was mostly just a win mid, take second, push to last, and take the round. So I'm very interested to see how these teams clash together. Someone drops the hue in chat. I'm excited for these Brazilian laughs.
Oh boy.
I hope everyone has that bound.
Oh, please no. Yeah, let's talk Brazil, because of course one of the things that we were thinking about earlier is ping is going to be an issue, but it turned out to be nothing for these players. They took Gullywash 5-0 versus whoever they played.
Yeah,
that was Colonel Panic. So yeah, very dominant, and these pings. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and even here, their pings are in the, 170 to 300 range, but adopted pings are not ideal. They have 2 players above 100 ping, and of course, 100 ping and 300 ping are pretty different, but in the scope of things, it's not going to be like a 5 ping versus 1,000 ping match. Pings will be somewhat interesting. Our demo is going to download a Blu-ray. That will be very interesting. Of course, both teams joking around because this is a fun newbie cup sponsored by Comp.tf. Why don't you tell our nice viewers about Comp.tf, Kip?
Oh my goodness, where to start? Comp.tf is the greatest thing since sliced bread, I decided. It's Wikipedia for everything TF2 competitive. If you go to the front page, you can see what competitive leagues are in season, what maps are going to play. If you click on the maps, you can tell what all the locations are labeled, some general strategies. You can also find out records from past competitive league seasons. So just in case you're, fighting with a friend over who won ESCA Open in season 14, you will have this tool at your fingertips. So absolutely amazing job done by Kaneko and team. Also, real quick, shout out to Ducky, who's our streamer, who has been streaming for about 7 hours now. Absolutely wonderful work on the stream, and we thank you for all your hard work, both of you guys and everyone else who was involved in this pretty awesome event.
So, as we said, we're just missing Kiyoshi from the team. It looks like no, he is in. Who we're missing someone from adopted. Who might that be? That looks like Midnight. Midnight is gone for right now, but he will be back soon. We will get this going. We will not keep you waiting too much longer. And we are absolutely playing on North America servers. Do you know what city we are playing?
I do not.
I think it might have been an Atlanta server for a slightly closer to Brazil type of server, but as you can see, of course, not going to make a huge difference. Plus, as we've discussed before, ping hasn't really impacted these Brazilian players in the past, so I would be surprised to see it impact them in this game.
Just want to do a real quick shout out to Mar servers, who have been providing servers for this North American / South American competition, and wanted to let you know that you can get 15% off your server at tf2.mar.com, which is MAWRR.com, with the promo code CompTF. So definitely thank you to everyone who's been helping out with the servers and all that stuff. But yeah, it looks like we're in Texas, or maybe Atlanta. I don't know. Wherever we are in
Texas.
America.
Yes. Good old-fashioned America, but maybe not. Maybe Brazil will take back this American title. In the meantime, let's review exactly how each of these teams got here.
Take it away.
We start off with Heavenly Touch. Right, so Heavenly Touch in the very first round, 5-0'd Soviet Union. Second round, they 5-0'd Soup. Third round was a little closer, but they still won 5-2 against Placeholder. Semifinals, 5-0'd Colonel Panics. They have not faced really any difficulty at all. I Am Very Adopted, having a similar schedule. They went 5-1 against Ubertards, 5-0 against Chaos Crew. In the quarterfinals, went 5-1 against Dong Squad. And just recently, in the last match that we casted, beat RuneScape 5-1. And I wonder which team will come out on top here. Will it be another roll? Will it be a very close match? I'm hoping it's close. Close matches are much more fun to see. But my money is actually on Adopted.
All right, now defend your position. What does Adopted have that this crazy Brazilian team have that the Brazilian team doesn't have? What makes you think Adopted?
Well, I think that Adopted has the team chemistry, and perhaps Brazil does too, but I just haven't seen it explicitly because they've been rolling teams so quickly. I haven't been able to see how they defend against another team that can push back into them. So I think Adopted might be able to threaten the Brazilian team with that, with just something new, because Adopted has faced teams that have given it some trouble. The Brazilian team really hasn't, and I think that's where the underdogs are going to come in. I really think that Adopted is the underdog at this point.
And of course, adversary, something, challenge. There you go. Yeah, of course, is going to make you a stronger team. And yeah, like you said, we'll see if Brazil has what it takes to stick together when coming up against that challenge. So who are your players to watch for this? I think we're both in agreement that Midnight is one of those players that can make or break a push, and has, in the last match, she pretty much made every push. He was our MVP, but why don't you tell the stream a little bit more about why we, I don't know. Do you agree that he will be the player to watch?
I think that Midnight will absolutely be a player to watch. I think Spec Deck will also have some nice roamer plays. I'm expecting some stalls around mid to second, and I want to see Spec Deck come bombing in through choke or through diagonal and see what he can make happen. On the Brazilian side, I'm not really sure. I just want to see Nock make some good metagun choices, because in the previous games we've seen bad metagun choices really cost you when you're on defensive crits and you're down advantage and you really don't know why you're on crits. It can be tough. So I just want to see him stay smart and stay on top of his metagun usage. Of course, heal people, keep them buffed. But more important than that, whether he's on crits or whether he's on Uber will really decide who's going to take this game.
Yeah, and of course, we are using ESCA rule set, so no Uber or no quick fix allowed. But anyway, we are started. So here's the grand finals of the Comp.tf sponsored Newbie Sixes Cup, North America / South America between I Am Very Adopted and Heavenly Touch. So here is our rollout. Again, I am Kip, Hero Shredder. Thank you for joining us, everybody. And why don't you take mid away, Shredder?
We have the scouts pushing aggressively on the left side on their own train. A soldier does jump up aggressively now. Medic coming out of house. Double soldiers pressuring really hard on the Knock. Knock does go down, but there are already 2 down. Spec Deck under and Pockets are down. So it's looking like Brazilian team is going to take this. Arkson and Knight are still up, but they are going to have to face 5 Brazilian players. Knight does go down. Arkson's the last one up. He looks like he might get chased down here by the Red Scout. No, Red Scout thinks better of it, and they are just going to continue pushing. Arkson maybe going to get some sticky chokes up. Not quite sure, but second should go down to Brazil after a dominant mid-fight.
Wow, that was, I was scared for a second because Knock was cornered and taken down pretty easily right there, but Under lost their medic as well, so those Ubers are going to be pretty much reset as long as we're on those regular Uber guns, but this is going so fast already. It's pretty indicative of what we've seen the last couple of matches out of these teams, just very, very aggressive, and those mid-fights usually lead to somebody capping second. We have both regular meta guns going, so we're going to see an Uber exchanged here on last as Heavenly Touch pushes into lobby a little bit, just checking for sticky traps, checking out the fields. But what's going on here? Not ready to engage at all because they are about 70%.
And yeah, and with these Ubers even, we are looking for a straight Uber versus Uber engagement coming up in about 8 seconds, maybe 5. And they do have the overhealed Heavy, which is going to be very hard to push into, but they have to make sure that Heavy stays alive, and Brazil needs to be able to push in. Looks like they're kind of pinging. There we go. Uber has popped pretty early. Here we come. The counter Uber coming out of the blue team. Not many frags being exchanged yet, but there is presence on the point. Blue team does all fall down to Swarm. 2 going down for the red team, that is Feel. Demo is sticking up from the upper left side from the attacker's perspective. Med goes down for under, but there are only 2 up for the red team, Hellknot and Dream XX. Where are they? We have to watch out for that back cap since the Brazilian team has been sneaky before. Looks like there's a soldier on the last. Will he get it?
Yes, he can't be able. Oh man, Dream XX in there. He's just waiting for the point to clear out, waiting for the push onto second, and Rocket jumped in there and was able to take it. So we are 1-0 for Heavenly Touch right now. So a really nice first round from the Brazilian team.
Yeah, that was just heads up play by that soldier. Oh, actually, Dream XX running sniper to mid. Interesting call from the Brazilian team. I wonder what's behind that decision. We are going to get some early sticks onto this midpoint. Kip, why don't you take this one away?
Alright, we have blue team coming up from a house right there, all pretty focused in. It's Medic taking a lot of spam right there, but Under staying alive, as though he lost Knight, Spectec, and his Demo Man, so not a lot of players alive for Adopted right here, as they will have to fall back. Looks like Brazilian team, yeah, coming out strong right there. Heavenly Touch keeping their Medic alive and continued healing, so little, nope, oh my goodness, so where was Bruno? Bruno tracked down Adopted Med and dropped him on second right there. So a huge advantage bought now by Heavenly Touch. And man, these Brazilians just know what they're doing, have seem to be everywhere at once.
Yeah, and because of that med drop, it looks like Heavenly Touch is still going to be able to take the second point, and they will have a full Uber advantage. I'm looking for them just to walk straight through lower lobby. They might go through upper lobby, just going right onto the point right now.
But Dream is still on Sniper. This is really, really interesting.
They might just wait for a pick then.
Yeah, they were. Oh, nope, they actually are going to pop right here. Knock pops that Uber as he's pushing in with his soldier and a Demo Man. That Heavy is trying to get out of there, but he's stuck on a pole. There are stickers on the point, so Soldier or Scout can't just run in there, trying to clear off the point as Arkson is still alive with those stickies and looks like not enough frags exchange. As soon as those stickies go off, there goes the cap, and another round win for Heavenly Touch.
Wow. That was just another quick one. The sticks on point were blown away. That soldier, Honorato, just kind of jumped in and said, "You can't hit me with your stickies." Cap the point. That's going to be 2-0 on this third mid fight. Let's see what the teams do if they try to switch it up. If Adopted can take a mid.
Dream again is still on Sniper, so I've got to think that Adopted is either really scared of it or they're not taking advantage of the fact that there is this very strong soldier player who's not in this. It's almost 5-on-4 essentially, unless the Sniper can do something huge. We see Knock charging in with the Uber Star, trying to get some picks, not able to do so when he does go down. What was that about?
I have no clue, but I'm looking to see Blue push back. They have a full Uber, or that might even be a crit. No, that is an Uber. They should be able to take this point back, but they don't want to have to use. They really want to be able to keep that advantage to pressure forward.
Oh, they do
get
pop.
force.
Yeah, Bruno right there, able to force a pop on Med. Of course, keeping him alive. We'll see, though, they're not going to be able to have that advantage now, pushing on to second. They are actually a little disadvantaged, but there is the headshot we've been waiting for. There it's been. Dream just waiting on that one and finally connecting, taking down Under as he's pushing on to second right there. Regardless, Knight looks like is going to have some presence here on Spire, but are we in a pause?
Did we pause? I think we paused. Yes, I can see a rocket floating right in midair, right by Choke. So definitely paused. I wonder who dropped.
My guess would be on one of the Brazilian players, but we will see. Oh, well, there we go. Back alive again.
We are live, of course. We have the gray glitch where people don't walk, they just slide slowly. Which is, of course, funny to see, but Spectec coming in big. No, he does get taken down by Honorato and Gravity.
Oh, Knight was trying to get this back half on Spire going. He was very, very close, but got targeted down there by Kiyoshi and his stickies. So it looks like Heavenly Touch in an okay position here. Going to send the soldier out, try to get some time on the point, as they will be pushing onto mid here. No Uber necessary, but they do have that advantage if they need it.
Yeah, looks like Adopted is just content to sit back, give up that point, and they're going to try to maintain their Uber and just be able to hold it until they get that Uber to be able to actually fight a fair Uber versus Uber interaction. I did hear a sniper shot go off, so it looks like the sniper's getting pretty aggressive. Wow, it takes down Spectec in spawn while Spectec was falling back. That was beautiful. But Midnight drops Bruno and Kiyoshi in response. Noct does have his Uber, but he probably will want to hold on to it until he gets to spawns. We'll keep an eye out on the demo spam coming over choke. And I'm lagging a little bit.
I've got that going on too right there, so I think we'll just bear through it. Ubers are exchanged here at mid. Red popped in defense as they're trying to fall back, stay out alive. Blue gaining a lot of ground here at mid. Dream goes down, so no sniper to worry about, at least for right now for Adopted. They have piling onto the point. Medic is being pressured right here. It was... Oh man, Red did not fall back as much as I thought they did. Sorry about that, but they're actually coming down with a counter push right here. Blue is getting out of there without even capping the point. Interesting decision right there for a counter push from Red. It absolutely worked out. Heavenly Touch was able to get their presence there and stop Blue's cap, so that contestation worked out for them, and they will be able to push onto Spire now and getting that cap going. They probably will be able to get this. That was interesting.
Ubers will be even, so they will not have just an easy Uber push into last. So maybe we'll see some more heavy off-classing. Is the defensive heavy from Pockets? No sniper though. No sniper.
We still have that offensive sniper though. Oh, and Under goes down. Bruno got in there behind the med, somehow snuck past the spun up heavy and took down Under right there. So no medic right now for Adopted. That buys 100% Uber advantage for Heavenly Touch, but they are down 2 players. We'll see if Bruno or maybe Honor... Oh, well, actually we're going to have this pop right now, so in comes this Uber popped a little bit early right there, and forcing everybody in blue back into spawn. But they're just going to rotate around and try to finish off this medic who pulls his Uber Sol, but Kyoshi gets some nice stickies in there, taking down Spec Dep, as Red mostly stayed alive.
But now Under will have a slight advantage, about 30%. There are stickies coming in from upper... No, that den was backing out. His presence on point, that looks like a scout on point. Trying to 1v1 the soldier. There are still stickies on point, but they're getting blown around. Will he step on it? Wow. There were stickies on the point, they were not detonated in time, and it looks like the Brazilians are going to take another round. That is the half, 3-0. Tim, did you expect this?
No, I'm shocked. I honestly thought this would be a really, really tight competition because this is what we saw out of both teams last match, but you think they'd both be able to come with this such aggression and great momentum and clash heads, but turns out the Brazilian teams are just rolling. They must draw strength from their high pings, and it's we're only feeding the beast right now. But absolutely insane right there. Looks like we did have logs. I don't know. Anyway,
we do
what
have
are your
logs,
impressions?
Yes. I was also a little shocked by the ease with the Brazilians dispatched America's best newbies. In fact, Mr. Perfect is reminding me that these are the newbie mix players. This is the newbie mix team. True newbies right here from Adopted. But it looks like the Brazilians are a little too much to handle. I don't really know how the Brazilian Team Fortress 2 division system works, or how these qualify, because I seem to remember that it was like between UGC and ESEA or ETF2L. I don't know of any Brazilian league restrictions. I don't know, we'll have to check with Kaneko about that. But all in all, great job to Brazil.
Yeah, and gotta give a huge shout out to Bruno, who is leading the server as scout, and okay, so I was looking at snipers, but no, DreamX has not been top fragging a sniper. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. He has got a few big pick, well, pretty important picks right there, but Bruno as scout has just been consistently performing, getting those flanks. Got a huge medic pick at last round, and so definitely he's the player to watch right now for Brazil.
I agree, Mr. Auneq. I want to read that like it's right side up. But of course, it is not. It would be Auneq. Yes, of course. Maybe we'll see some counter-sniping coming out of Adopted in this next round. I don't know of anyone on that team who is a particularly good sniper, but it looks like Kaneko's given us word that we are going to swap servers to Chicago to see if that makes any difference.
Any difference for the Adopted team?
Maybe. I think the Brazilians have kind of just accepted that they're going to have terrible pings and have learned how to play with it, and are still cleaning up.
Alright, well, we do have logs up. Those are posted in chat. I'll take a brief look at those. As we can see, yeah, Kyoshi's been doing a lot of work, has 10 Ks, but Bruno is actually leading his team with 12 right there. Forces 5 deaths, that's about average, but his He's 3.2 for his KDA. So really nice work coming down from the scout right there. You can see he's playing more of the roaming scout, if that's a thing. I don't know if it is. Whereas Hellknot has been more consistent in getting the caps and performing that role.
Like an aggressive versus a defensive scout. Totally
There you go, yeah. So do you have the logs in front of you?
I actually do not have the logs in front of me, but that's okay.
Oh great, they're going to depend on me to read this.
Yes, I'm going to trust you for the numbers.
Oh boy. Okay, so let's look at round lengths. The first round was 2 minutes 12 seconds. Second round was 1 minute 42 seconds, and the last round was 4:42. So Blue coming out there with the first cap definitely was able to control the time a little bit more, and Adopted was able to get a little more pressure in there to stop the roll of Heavenly Touch. But again,
Adopted is just continually getting destroyed on the mid fights, really. So I don't really know what change they could possibly make. I'd imagine just focus calls, of course, those are just a great thing in general to do. They probably already are, though. It might just be a DM issue. It's really hard to know without listening to them. And I'm still not really sure if we're switching servers or not. Maybe we are.
I don't know either. What, just looking at the logs, we didn't have any Uber drops. Knock had 4 Ubers. Under had 3, so medics aren't dying or dropping Ubers or anything like we definitely saw last round, last match, with a bunch of crits coming. So that was very fun to watch. Not if you're a medic, though.
Yeah, it seems reasonable. But, and the real question is who's making the biggest difference in this game, and I would have to say the scouts. The scouts for Brazil, for sure. Looks like we are going to be switching servers as lots of players are leaving. So I will look forward to seeing that connection info so we can continue to bring you the second half of the first round of this grand final Comp.tf Newbie Mix North America South America Cup, sponsored by Comp.tf and Mar servers. That's just a huge mouthful.
Absolutely. It looks like Kaneko is getting some challenges in chat about maybe how these players were picked or were accepted as being newbies. But he definitely did his research on most of them as much as he could in terms of profiles, what leagues they competed in, all that jazz. So absolutely crazy amounts of work put in here from Kaneko. So once again, thanks so much to him.
Alright, we do have the connect info for this next one, so we will bring you the second half very quickly. Very quickly. Tell your friends. This is a great time to go check out Comp.tf, a fantastic Wikipedia style website dedicated to competitive Team Fortress 2. If you want to learn about maps, rollouts, players, old divisions, tournaments, or casters. Unfortunately, not Kipper Shredder yet. Check that out.
Yeah. Feel free to make an additional page with your favorite casters. Kip is spelled K-I-P. Shredder is spelled Shredder. But yeah, so I also want to give a shout out to everybody who did compete in the Newbies Cup today. It was one map elimination, so some teams didn't have quite the long experiences that they wanted to, but congrats to everybody who played. I mean, just putting together a team and coming out there and playing competitive is one step in the direction of becoming an invite player. So props to everyone who did play. And
how many teams? I think we had like 20 plus teams from both EU and NA/BR, but that's an incredible turnout for these teams.
We had about 20 teams, I think, for just North America. So I'm not sure what Euros. It was definitely a great turnout and participation, and I think everyone associated with it is very happy with the results, and probably won't be the last of this, considering the turnout they got, and considering the viewers the European finals got. Unfortunately, we have to compete with other people streaming, cough cough, Slin and Mela, but we're happy that you guys are joining us today or tonight as we finish up what has been an exhausting day of TF2. Just ask streamer Ducky. Once again, much love to Ducky for streaming this. Looks like we do have a 6 versus 6 here. On the Chicago server, we'll see if that helps out the adopted team. I have a feeling it won't make any difference to the Brazilian team. But the change is made, and we should be going live shortly. Scores all reset, so that... Oh, we are going live. Alright, so remember it is 3-0. Heavenly Touch, the team of Brazilians, team of Crazy Pings, is in the lead as we're watching this rollout on to mid. Arxum getting there and sending some stickies towards House Chokes. So doing a nice job right there as his opposing demo man Kiyoshi just a little bit later. I'm sorry, that was Arxum, the American med. Anyway, we do have the bombing in on both meds. They do manage to survive. No knock goes down. Specta got that pick on the med, and red med is so challenged right now, but Under is going to get out of there alive.
And this is super strange because it looks like the red team kind of snuck around to Blue's second point. And Blue's like, alright, well, we'll just gap the point. We'll take it from you. But actually, they're just leaving it. No one's capped the middle point. Ooh, downs go flying in midair. Woo! Arxum finally craters, but Kiyoshi does go down. Here comes the bomb from Spectic. Does take down Kiyoshi as the trade. A totally strange mid-fight happening there.
And Dream still on Sniper. For some inexplicable reason. Definitely want to... I don't know, but it's working, I guess. Do we have a pause now?
It looks like Knock is either... Knock's definitely not moving, but we may have paused, yes?
I think we do. So, just a quick reflection on that mid-fight. Both medics went down. I mean, it was just really, really chaotic, and like you said, points still not capped. So look forward to that.
Yeah, and that just seemed like teams didn't even stay together. That seemed a little bit like a pub, like everyone just split up and attacked things, and I don't really know what happened just when when Adopted's combo got onto Blue's second point area. Just like it all fell apart.
Yeah, so I don't know, we'll see if they can pull this together. I'm not sure what the pause is about, but we are on the STV, so we'll be a little delayed in terms of when we get word about what's happening. Is this where we go over what hats?
I think this is a great time to look at the hats. This is a great time to look at hats, especially Under. Under has a fantastic hat on. Did you see that?
What is that? What is that? It's amazing.
Stream chat. Anyone know what that is?
We are not hat traders or anything like that, so if anyone can say how I can get that beautiful golden... I don't even know what to call it, but it's beautiful and it's shiny and I can't stop looking at it.
It's like a Zeus hat with a mustache and shades.
And then he's also wearing a nice sweater, which would have gone well
cardigan.
with the if he was on the Cosby team, that would have gone well.
The cult of Bill Cosby. Were they the ones with the uniforms, or was that another team?
You know what? They're all kind of merging in my mind, but yeah, there was a team that had Manco hats as their uniform, so it was pretty special.
It was pretty great, and I'm getting word that a couple adopted players dropped from the server, which is why we have this pause. So that explains that, but it's still unclear when they're going to come back and whether we are going to continue play. I would like to see play continue.
As opposed to restarting the round, or calling GG now?
As opposed to a super extended pause, but I don't even know why you would GG.
Oh.
I think these Americans really want to take back this North America Cup. I know Midnight has been throwing down a lot of opinions, let's say, very strongly worded opinions on why there are Brazilians in the NA Cup. But I think they've shown that they definitely deserve to be in the finals.
Absolutely. I mean, and they're already 3-0 right now. Midnight's got to turn up his game if he wants to talk smack. That's all I got to say.
Woohoo, fighting words. I appreciate that.
I mean, people questioned why United States was in the European tournament, but I believe they shut up after USA just wiped the floor clean with everybody.
Are you talking about the Nations Cup here?
The Nations Cup, yes. But
oh, because you also could have been talking about I-46 when, once again, the Americans showed up to a European tournament and wiped the floor with all the Europeans. I'm sensing a theme.
Not quite as much I-49, but then there are also Australians there too, so that was a little bit more global. But anyway, we are back, it seems. That was a quick unpause to let people back in the server. Hopefully we'll be going live soon. But hey, while we're here, if I were a person who wanted to get involved in competitive sixes, but I don't have a team or any... Alright, never mind, we're live, so there goes my hypothetical question.
Alright, well, we will cover that hypothetical question at the next lull in the action. But looks like right now we are going to have a blue soldier and combo kind of peeking out. They are going to hide back. Looks like everyone's very shaded darkly. Maybe that's just my HUD, but everyone seems very dark on my screen. And of course they're sliding around as usual, which is great. But the medic does take a big rocket. He's going to come back to safety.
Under goes down, though. Bruno comes in behind and takes down that medic, so no med right now. Of course, the HUDs are going to be a little outdated as well.
Midnight gets sniped!
Oh! So we still have Dream on that, on the sniper, and I guess it's working for him. All right, the fact that he's not changing it, but I really think that Adopted needs to take advantage of the fact that there's not going to be a huge power player in the mix now that somebody has gone sniper, like full-time pretty much.
And Spectic went down to a nice air sticky from Kiyoshi. Names are hard, but looks like second is kind of starting to go down for Adopted. So despite Midnight's getting headshot and not doing as well as we would have predicted, they are actually going to cap the point, but the demo does go down. Under gets sniped by Dream XX again. Under can't be feeling good about that. So I'd like to see blue maybe push back. It is a 5-on-3 for the blue team.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually going to come out here and contest Spire. Who's that? That was Hellnut, just trying to get some time on there. But their sniper! Oh, Spectac goes down in mid-air to a headshot from Dream XX. What a shot right there. Alright, so I guess I'm done questioning his class choice because it's obviously working for him right there.
It's for these Brazilians, man, between Powa and Dream XX, they're just too good on sniper.
Absolutely, we'll see if that pick can enable them to push forward. They will send a soldier out here to cap Spire. Oh, but there's a back cap going on. No, it was denied. Absolutely denied. Honorado with the Spire cap denies the back cap. So freaking close right there. Oh my goodness. Adopted barely had that round slip out of their hands, and now there's a Uber from mid coming out from Heavenly Touch.
Wow. And Adopted loses 3, but they still have their Uber advantage. We're going to see if they can push back in this. I don't think they should without their players, but you never know. They should maybe just wait for spawns, come back in afterwards, but at that point Knock will be dangerously close to having his Uber charge. Oh, but they are actually going to push in. Interesting choice here. They do get knocked down immediately, so that was a great focus. Midnight is flying around corners, taking lots of demo spam, but they are at the very least going to retake this ground and recap that middle point. Exactly what they were trying to do. But watch out for Bruno. Bruno's sneaking around underneath. He is hiding underneath the midpoint right now. We'll try to see if he can make any great plays. What are you going to do, Bruno?
This is never a good sign. I don't feel good about this. Nobody knows he's here. He's coming in from behind. No, they spotted him out. He's trying to get on top of the crates. He needs to be targeted, but he's doing a great job dodging, but he does go down. So that's a sigh of relief for Knock right now. Oh, I'm sorry, for Under right there. Staying alive is going to be pressured by... I'm getting all confused. Go ahead, talk for a while.
Alright, so we have the red team pinching very well on the point. The demo swinging around from God knows who's where. He's up on Spire, and there are only 2 up. Bruno just being a spawn now. That's Kiyoshi and Hellnut. Bruno's going to go on heavy stick in for the long defense. They're just going to give up Spire here. And Adopted has the full Uber, so they should be able to come back under here. There we go. Skip jump by Spectac onto the point, or Midnight, one of them, coming in. And that is going to make it 3-1, I believe. Yes, 3-1 for Heavenly Touch.
Confirmed 3-1. So finally Adopted coming out with a little bit of spirit and fight in them. That's what we've been waiting to see. We'll see if they can pull out a few more round wins, because we will be playing to 5 wins, at least on this map, and then we'll go to a second map. The loser will choose what map they want. Anything goes in terms of Sixes map, except Gravel Pit. So anyway, we do already have some nice kills coming out here from Brazil team, but Knock goes down right there, as well as Dream right there. Oh, and then Under gets finished off by Hellnut, who's just running around like rampant like crazy. So only Midnight live for... Just kidding, Midnight down.
Midnight_down. That is a bind every player should have. And Blue team just taking huge control. They do have a spy. Oh, never mind. That was Nock just grabbing the forward spawn. I thought I spotted the spy out, but Dream XX is actually off-classing. Still on sniper, but at this point, I don't know if you can even call it off-classing. That is essentially his main at this point.
I mean, you can't knock it if it works. We already have Bruno in here at lobby trying to pressure the medic. He decides not to do that and just go for the straight cap. It's going to be 1 versus 1. Scout on last. One scout is getting heals, though. Can Bruno finish off the scout? No, and somehow he's still alive. Finally, he goes down right there. Midnight finishes him off, but that could have been very, very close for Adopted. A little too close for Comfort right there.
Bruno's dodging this game has just been incredible. Getting in and around players without having them be able to hit him is really impressive.
Yeah, and that's definitely one of those things that Adopted has to shut down if they want a chance to win this map and then continue on to another map. They are holding in upper lobby right here, so pretty aggressive, a little more forward and aggressive than a passive hold at last point would be. So they're feeling like they maybe will be able to contest this, maybe push out once they get this Uber. I don't know, what do you think about that?
I don't think they should push out with just one pick. I mean, it is Bruno. It is Bruno. But even so, I don't think you should really push out. They are kind of hopping back to their last. They're going to settle up.
You're right.
Maybe
They should
we'll
wait
get
for
some
the
heavy off class.
They should wait for the sniper pick to push out. But yeah, that was the joke. Anyway, do we have any off-classing here on last? Looks like
Besides
everything is
Dream.
set. No, I meant for Adopted. They have not been utilizing off-classing as much as, Dream has. So we'll see about this push. They're just waiting for some sort of important pick. Definitely want to check the Dream cam. He is sneaking in there, trying to get, obviously wants a medic pick or something, but anything right now would be nice for his team and advance right here.
Honestly, on any pick, with the way that Brazilians have been playing, they could probably just push if they get even one pick. So I'm looking forward to see Dream maybe rotate under, maybe try to get some new angles. And there he does. He is kind of looking under a little bit. He's going to try to get a shot on someone. Shoot the scout in the ankle. There we go. Takes down Arcs in the demo. Beautiful shot. Knight goes down at the same time. This will cue the push. Adopted is going to try to hold the super for...
They will succeed in holding it on, and in comes a heavy spun up. We'll see if Blue can get away alive. Their medic Knock is really, really hurt, but doesn't even matter as Knock runs onto the point and takes the cap. Here we are, 4-1. Heavenly Touch still in the lead.
Yeah, I am just really impressed by it. Heavenly Touch just got up on that high ground and just spammed down on that heavy in the medic and just took control. So this could potentially be the last Badlands mid. We see it is 4-1 to Heavenly Touch as we see the demos both come out of house. Actually, no, there is a demo window. Soldier jumping aggressively onto this mid is going to try to start spamming out. But both teams taking control of their own trains pretty well. It's very hectic. Looks like Honorato is the first one to go down. That is a while, but the blue med and sniper are falling out of their choke. Looks like red is going to be able to take this mid fight. There is a sniper having very nice sightlines, but is not able to connect anything. And with only 2 up, a medic and a sniper. Ooh, actually, who's this? The Knock is being chased, gets sniped by Dream. What a beautiful snipe. Looks like Knock will be able to get out through this back spawn.
That was beautiful. Saved his medic right there. Oh, and Adopted med goes down. DreamHack's getting the pick on the med. Oh my goodness.
Maybe it should be Dream Hacks, because this is ridiculous.
That's what I keep wanting to say, but yeah, it is ridiculous. Or maybe like Power 2. Have we checked to see if Powa is like off-classing or something? Because this has been absolutely ridiculous. There's huge picks for his team right there. They are building on last right now. We'll see if they decide to push off, but they're going to have this huge Uber advantage. I can't imagine they won't.
Yeah, I'd just like to see the Brazilians, I mean, I don't know, like pushing out without any picks. Knight does go down, so this will be interesting.
No, but they've just been so aggressive. And it looks like Dream is back on Soldier, so we do have that. He does go down immediately. Looks like he was just trying to push some pressure on Spire. And it looks like they are going to push out right here.
I don't know, with 2 players down, this could be a risky decision. They really have to execute perfectly. They do take down Arcs, and that is one nice pick. But they have to watch out for back caps.
They do have a spawn up heavy on back, so...
Yeah, they did take down 2 players. We're not getting any time on Spire, though, which is a little bit debatable. Scout with the Boston Basher out against the Pain Train. Scout does get taken down by his own self-damage. That is funny. Nevertheless, still no time on Spire. Like, at all. This is super strange. I wonder what's going through the players' heads.
Yeah, it looks like they decided to fall back here, and, or Dream XX is pushing forward a little bit, playing sniper soldier, I guess, if you will, trying to get some sight lines. Yeah, he's off class in a soldier. He's actually spotted out the medic. He's going in for a pick. We'll see if he can get it, but no, Midnight takes him down right there. So Dream down. That's 100% Uber for Red. We'll see if they decide to push in with this pick. I don't think that Blue will have something ready to counter with, and the Uber is popped a little bit forced right there from the scout coming in. Stick is on the point beam, trying to be cleared off right there, and finally we do have the end of this round, and it looks like... Oh, it's Adopted wins the round. It's backwards.
Yep, that is not the game. Not quite.
No.
So it is now 4-2 onto this 7th mid-fight, with Adopted kind of having the momentum here. This is 2 rounds in a row, and I'm excited to see if they can convert this mid-fight into another win as completely as they have in the past. But Arc's getting there a lot quicker than Kiyoshi. We'll try to see. The soldiers do get aggressive onto this medic. No, Nock does escape, but the health is pretty bad for field. 2 players go down. Knight is down. He's the only one for Adopted, and it looks like Blue is just going to be content to back up, reset, get that Uber, and have a typical Badlands stall out between second and mid.
Bruno was in there trying to do some sneaky play, but he was caught out. So I think that Adopted is just getting wiser to the tricks of this Brazilian team. They started watching their flanks. Yeah, definitely a lot of adaptability right here. Starting to watch the flanks a little bit more, learn to be aggressive when time is right.
Adoptability.
Oh, I see what you did there. Oh my goodness. Alright, we do the Uber.
Ooh, red Uber force.
How cute.
What?
Oh, they changed the server before the match was over.
Does that mean... what?
I guess that means that someone got 5 caps, so I'm guessing that would be Heavenly Touch. Which that means it was a huge turnaround.
Yeah, somehow they turned around in 90 seconds, because that is the STV delay. Got all the way back to last? Crazy.
Alright, well, I mean, like we said, we saw some adoptability going on there. So maybe Adopt can take some of that momentum into Snakewater, the map that they chose, because we're assuming they were the losers right there.
Yeah, this is super strange. I'm not sure. I'm still waiting for word from Kaneko for what actually happened here, but it seems like the most reasonable solution is Brazilians pushed back out, took the point, and now we're going to play Snakewater. So this map could be the last map in the Newbie Cup. So of course, while things are loading, we urge you to check out Comp.tf.
I'm going to go there right now and do a random search, which is my new favorite thing to do. Oh, but first, why don't we, let's go back to my hypothetical question. That if I were a TF2 player who wanted to get involved in sixes, but I don't have any friends or don't have enough time to make a team or compete in a league, what would I do?
Well, great question, Kip. I think the thing that you could do, which would be phenomenal, is stop by the North American Newbie Mixes, which are run currently by me and Nuna and Mr. Perfect and a whole bunch of other fantastic admins. It's a great way, like you said, to learn some competitive TF2 basics without having to form a team and having to do a huge time commitment. It is Saturdays, 9 p.m. Pacific. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. It runs for about 3 hours usually, and the key thing that we offer, which is fantastic, is the option to talk to coaches. And coaches must have a season of ESEA experience, so you know they're totally competent. Coaches range from Eldridge to Z Brian, who are both invite players, to random open players who you haven't heard about, but they still have great advice, and they're out here because they want to help you learn. So across the board, everyone's always super happy with the way it turns out. We have total positive feedback. When you come, you learn so much. You're paired with a great coach. You play some games. And actually, Friday nights, we're starting up Newbie Pugs, which are a way to play without the coaches, where you work on your own main calling, your own game sense, with some other players that are about your skill level, so you don't need to worry about getting completely rolled, and you still get a great time to practice. So, shout out to that.
Absolutely. And as you said, or as you were saying earlier, the adopted team is made up of people who were met up and have played on the Newbie Mixes nights, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, the two main one in particular that I can think of is Midnight is almost always at the Newbie Mixes, and he's almost always having a great time. It is worth saying that people who are not even from North America can stop by the North American Newbie Mixes. People like The Green Bin, I'm sure Nuna and Mr. Perfect know exactly who I'm talking about. But we are trying to get the EU newbie mixes set up and Aussie/New Zealand newbie mixes set up. So when those get going, Nuna will be able to communicate exactly how to make those work. And it's great. We get a huge growing community. People transition from things like the newbie mixes to cups like this, which is a fantastic opportunity for people to start getting the sense of what it's like to play on a team, play with teammates, get some cohesion, as I like to say. And it's awesome, but newbie mixes are the very first starting place. That's where you go. Those are the baby steps before you become an invite master.